Hi, my name's Gunnar Kennedy. I'm going to be presenting FBLA Plus, my FBLA coding and programming submission for 2021. I'm from the Alton R4 High School District, FBLA Chapter 12234. So what is FBLA Plus? Well, FBLA Plus is a free open source software application designed to run on any Windows machine that tests users' ability to answer questions about FBLA. So, what tools did I use to create FBLA, and how did I create FBLA Plus? So, what I use is Photoshop. I use Photoshop to create all of the custom images, the logos, every single creative aspect of the program was developed in Photoshop. And then I use Java to actually code the GUI and all the algorithms on the back end. And then I use MySQL to code the database that stores all the information about the questions pertaining to the test, data about the users, and I store all of that information in the Google Cloud platform. And then I use the Java Mail API to send emails to users after they take their tests so that they can have a printable copy of how they did. And then I use the Java Database Connectivity Tool, also known as the JDBC, to connect my database to my Java program so that you can take tests, log in, etc. And then I used the MySQL Workbench as my IDE to code all the SQL queries. And then finally, I used the Eclipse IDE to actually code the actual application itself. It's also helpful to note that I did use the window builder Eclipse tool to help me create the GUI. But with all that out of the way, let's look at FBLA Plus. Alright, so whenever you actually open up the application itself, you'll be brought to the login screen. And if you don't have an account, you go to the bottom right, click sign up. And if you were wanting to sign up, you would have your first name, so let's just put test. And then you'd have to have your last name, so we can also put test again. And then you need to create a username, and it has to be a unique username. So let's just do FBLA and a bunch of numbers, and then you have to create a password, and then you can open and close it. And then you also need an email. So if you wanted to sign up, now you'd have to actually use a valid email in this case, because in a second it's gonna send us a verification code that we're gonna have to enter to actually create an account. See, right here, you'd have to enter a code, but that's how you'd sign up. And then you can reset your password by going to the bottom left, and you just have to enter your email, and then it'll send you a link to reset your password so that you can actually log in. But in this case, I'm just gonna log in on my actual account that I use, and for the majority of the life cycle of the building of the software. So whenever you actually log in, you're going to notice there's two sections. There's the left and the right section. The left section is where you actually take the tests and stuff, and the right section is where you can actually see all your user data, such as your name, how many tests you've taken. This is actually the account that I used when developing the software, so I've taken 199 tests. Then it shows your accuracy, and it's calculated over the amount of questions you answer correctly over the amount of questions you've taken total, and then it displays your rank. So now actually to the program itself, there's 4 different types of questions. Multiple choice is where you have 4 options, and then you would answer one. Then multiple answer, it's where you can select multiple answers, and then it checks. And whenever you do answer a question, it's going to have a little circle telling you if you got the answer correct or incorrect. So I didn't get it correct on that one. Then you have true or false. It's simple. It's either you answer true or false to a question. So FBLA is a fun and meaningful organization. True. It's very fun. And then the last one is fill in the blank. Now, fill in the blank, you just have the question, you have to fill in the blank parts. So FBLA was established in blank blank city. Well, the answer is New York, because I created the questions. And then random is our final tab, and this actually is a little custom feature I coded. So basically it generates a 5-question test with 4 different types of questions. So for your first question, you could get a multiple choice. Multiple choice is your first question. Multiple answers your second and third question. For your 4th question, you get a fill-in-the-blank question. For your 5th question, you can get a true or false one. So actually, let's just take a test and you'll see. So, when was FBLA founded? Well, the answer is 1937, and that was a multiple choice question. And then we have a fill in the blank one. FBLA week is in February. I spelled that right. No, I spelled that wrong. Well, the answer is February. And then the FBLA pledge, I solemnly promise to uphold the aims and responsibilities and dang. But those are so the first one was actually multiple choice question, and the previous two were actually fill in the blank, and this one's a true or false. So this is a third different type of question we've got. So you can wear anything you want at FBLA Leadership Conference. False. There's actually a dress code. And then the last one's a true or false. So we didn't get to see multiple answer, but sometimes you get all of them, sometimes you don't. So FBLA members do not have access to scholarships. That's false. And so after you actually take a test, it's going to display your score, and then it'll allow you to send an email to your account with how you did. And then there's also an option to take another test. And I mean, that's really it with the program on its side. So let's just check the email real quick to see what it looks like. So if I just refresh my inbox real quick. So how it works is that it'll just say, here's your testing results. It'll say your grade, and then for each question, it'll display the question itself. It'll display the different options, the correct answer, and then the answer that you gave. And that is FBLA Plus in a nutshell. I just want to thank you guys for listening to this presentation. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for your time.